यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलम् ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावताम् वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। Hari Om. Goswami Ji gave us a beautiful tour of Manasarovar lake. He took us all the way to that lake and then brought us down through that Sarayu river. He said this Manasarovar is that Ramcharitmanas which was composed in the mind of Lord Shiva. And my Ramakatha is like that Sarayu river which flows from this same lake of Manasarovar, but it has a destination. If somebody studies this with sincerity, pays attention to each and every chaupai, and lives a devoted life, this Ramcharitmanas has the power to merge the heart of the sadhaka in Gangaji. And Gangaji is Bhakti Mata. But she is not by herself, she is with Jnana and Vairagya. And then Goswamiji gave a lot of description about what all things are there on the banks of that river. Finally, after having done this beautiful Vandana Prakaranam and then giving us this metaphor of the lake of Ramcharitmanas, Manasarovar and that Sarayu river, now Goswamiji is helping us slowly take a dip in that Manasarovar lake. And he had said that this lake has 4 ghat. Ghat means that which will help us enter that particular lake in an easy way. So the first ghat that Goswamiji is going to present now is the dialogue between Bharadwaj and Yajnavalkya ji. So this is a story that goes, so until Doha number 47, I'll just tell in brief and then we will see each chaupai. Bharadwaj ji is a great Muni, great Rishi who is living in Prayagraj. So it's a Tirtha Kshetra where there is confluence of 3 rivers, Ganga ji, Yamuna ji and Saraswati ji. And what happens once is, during the Magha Mela, which they do, Kumbha Mela, what they call, lot of rishis have gathered and they are taking a dip in that river. And there used to be lot of Brahmacharya that used to go on. But in one of those sessions, one of those melas, Bharadwaji made one rishi, whose name was Yajnavalkya ji, to wait. Generally, it was after everything is done, 1 month they used to stay in that place and then go back to wherever they had come from. But here, Bharadwaji said, Yajnavalkya ji, wait for some time. Yajnavalkya ji was surprised. What happened? Why are you asking me to wait suddenly? He said, I have a question in my heart. Question that has been bothering me since a long time. He said, what is that question? You know, I'm a little hesitant even to ask you this question. Bharadwaj is telling Yajnavalkya ji. I'm having some fear in my heart and I'm also feeling a little ashamed to ask you this. But I also know if I don't ask you, there is nobody else whom I can ask. I look upon you as my teacher. What is there to hide from you? So that is why I'm asking you this question. He says, I've heard the glory of Bhagwan Rama's name. So many people have sung this glory. Vedas, Upanishad, Purana, all of them sing glory of Bhagwan Rama's name. But when I look at Bhagwan's Charitra over here, it thoroughly confuses me. Sometimes I see that Bhagwan is weeping because of separation from Sita ji. Sometimes he gets so angry and then he ends up fighting with Bhagwan, fighting with Ravana. Bhagwan gets angry. Is it the same Rama whose name Lord Shiva takes? On one hand, I see, Bhagwan Rama who is going around like this, sometimes weeping, sometimes getting angry. I have faith that name of Rama is very powerful. I don't doubt that. Vedas have said, it is said Lord Shiva also takes that name. But Yajnavalkya, tell me, who is this Rama? Yajnavalkya says, Bharadwaj, you are a very good student. I know that you are not confused. You are asking this because you are very smart. You want to know the glories of Bhagwan. You want to hear the glories of Bhagwan. That is why you are asking me this question. And then he says, a similar question was asked by Sati ji to Lord Shiva. So don't think that this question, you don't have to feel ashamed, or you don't have to feel that how come such question can come to you. This question has come earlier also. Sati ji also had the same question. Who is this Rama? And then what answer Lord Shiva gave, that answer I will tell you. This is the essence of 44th until 47th Doha. See, we can finish or move forward very fast, but let us see more in detail what is the greatness of Bharadwaji, where did he live, who is Yajnavalkya ji, and how he approaches Yajnavalkya ji. So let us chant after Doha number 43. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Bharadwaj Muni Basahi Prayaga, Kinai Ram Padayati Anuraga. तापस समदम दया निधाना, परमारथ पथ परम सुजाना। माघम करगत रवि जब होई, तीरथ पति आव सब कोई। देवदनुज किन्नर नर श्रेणी, सादर मज्जहि सकल त्रिवेणी। पूजहि माधव पद जल जाता, परसि अखय पटु हर्षहि गाथा। भरद्वाज आश्रमति पावन, परम रम्य मुनि बर मन भावन। तहाँ होई मुनि ऋषय समाजा, जाहि जे मज्जन तीरथ राजा। मज्जहि प्रात समेत उछाहा, कहि परस्पर हरि गुण गाहा। ब्रह्म निरूपण धर्म विधि, बरनहि तत्व विभाग। कहि भगति भगवंत के, संजुत ज्ञान विराग। एहि प्रकार भरी माघ नहाई, पुनि सब निज निज आश्रम जाहि। प्रति संबत अति होई आनंदा, मकर मज्जि गवनहि मुनि वृंदा। एक बार भरी मकर नहाए, सब मुनीस आश्रमन सिधाये। जागबलिक मुनि परम विवेकी, भरद्वाज राखे पद टेकी। सादर चरण सरोज पखारे, अति पुनीत आसन बैठारे। करि पूजा मुनि सुजसु बखानी, बोले अति पुनीत मृदु बानी। नाथ एक संशय बड़ मोरे, करगत वेद तत्व सबु तोरे। कहत सुमोहि लागत भय लाजा, जौन कहूँ बड़ होई काजा। संत कहाई असी नीति प्रभु, श्रुति पुराण मुनि गावै। होई न बिमल विवेक उर, गुरसन की दुरावै। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। भरद्वाज मुनि बसहि प्रयागा, तिनहि राम पद अति अनुरागा। तापस समदम दया निधाना, परमारथ पथ परम sujana. Goswamiji is introducing Bharadwaj Rishi, and it's beautiful. His indication is nothing related to his physical body. He doesn't introduce Bharadwaj Rishi as somebody who is so and so with a long beard, with a jata. Nothing like that. He says Bharadwaj Muni is somebody who lived in Prayagraj. And there is a symbolic meaning behind it. Prayagraj means the confluence of jnana, bhakti, and karma. Meaning somebody who has understood the role of all three of these. If you want to put it, in the understanding, there is clear jnanam. In his heart, there is devotion to Bhagwan. Tinahi Rama Pada Ati Anuraga. Very, his heart is soaked in Bhagwan's devotion and love. And in his Vyavahara, there is a lot of clarity about Karma Mimamsa, what I should do and what I should not do. And it is said, if you want to find direction, ask always somebody who lives in Prayagraj, because they will not insist upon any one particular path. Rather, they will show us the importance and position of all three paths. In our understanding, clear knowledge about Vedanta. In our heart, Tinahi Rama Pada Ati Anuraga, devotion to Bhagwan. And how was Bharadwaji in his Vyavahara? He says, Tapasa Samadama Daya Nidhana. He was somebody who had lot of tapasya balam. Means he would forbear things and he would not let go of his values, even if the circumstances were very demanding, very stressful. That is a quality called as tapas. Physical tapas, of course, they were great rishis who used to live in that condition and do. But most importantly, they were very strong from within. That is what is tapasya balam. What otherwise we saw in Bhagavad Gita as titiksha. Right? Bhagwan said, result of this titiksha is increased inner strength. Willingly going through discomfort. And if it comes unasked, still not complaining. That was his quality, Bharadwaji. Samadama Daya Nidhana. He was somebody whose mind was very calm. Shamaha. That was there. And his interaction in the world was very measured and controlled. Dhamma means ability to control over sense organs, which in other words we say vyavahara, never getting carried away by any particular transaction. But that did not make him a stone-hearted person. Somebody can have a lot of discipline in life and make everybody's life miserable. But Bharadwaji was not like that. Bharadwaji was somebody who was very disciplined when it came to himself, but when it was interacting with others, daya nidhana, he had a lot of love and compassion. Paramaratapata Paramasujana. And he was someone who clearly knew the goal of life. He knew the end goal, and he also knew the path to reach that goal. Such was his personality. One day, or once, what happened was, Maga makaragata rabi jab hoi, tirata patihi avasab koi. In this Prayagraj, during Makar Sankranti time. Okay, Makaragata Rabi jab hoi, during Magha month, Makar Sankranti time, all sadhus, mahatmas, and other people who have Shraddha, who have that faith, they came over there. Not only human beings, Deva Danuja kin Nara Nara Shreni Sadara Majjahi Sakala Tribeni. All of them came there. Even Devatas came, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, all other jivas which are there, they came with their subtle body and they also took a dip in that river. Sadara Majjahi Sakala Tribeni. Pujahi Madhava Padajala Jata Parasi Akhaya Batu Harashyehi Gata. What was their daily routine? It is that first they would take a dip in that river with lot of Shraddha, and then they would go to this temple called as Veni Madhav temple. It is there in Prayagraj. So after taking a dip with lot of Shraddha, as though it has purified them, they would go and take Bhagwan's darshan. And after doing that, there is a Akshaya Vata, a banyan tree, and just seeking blessings from that banyan tree gave them a lot of joy. This example Goswamiji had given before also. He said this banyan tree is the tree of faith. That Shraddha which is there inside, it is symbolic of that. Bharadwaja ashrama ati pavana paramaramya munibara mana bhavana. And in that Prayagraj, there was Bharadwaji's ashram, where all these Rishi Munis who were there, after doing this, their Nitya Karma, their daily routine, they would go and gather in Bharadwaji's ashram. How did his ashram look? Nothing is given about how big it was, what all things were there. He said, what is an indicator of a good ashram? Bharadwaja ashrama ati pavana. Means when anybody entered Bharadwaji's ashram, they got a sense of purity. They felt that this place is pure. That is one of the first sign of Bharadwaji's ashram. Paramaramya munibara mana bhavana. And it was a place where you felt as though peace pockets were hanging out there. When you went there, by itself, the mind became quiet. And not only quiet, mind got absorbed in Bhagwan. Place has its power. Whichever place where people do sadhana, collectively people do sadhana, that place also has its own vibration. You must have seen so many places that you have been. Either it's a pilgrimage spot, some temple where some Mahatma has stayed. Our Gurudev's Kutia in Krishnalaya, I tell you, that is one perfect example of this. You go inside, you feel his presence. Wherever they have stayed, that place becomes Tirtha Kshetra. Later on, Valmikiji's ashram also, Goswamiji is going to write. There he says the first sign of an ashram is it should be clean. And that cleanliness gives that purity. I was reading outside, Guruji has written 3 lines, how our ashram should be. Same thing, it is the same idea, so beautifully it is written, that may study of Veda and Vedanta happen here. May all of us worship Bhagwan with devotion, and may we be diligently doing our work in the spirit of Karma Yoga. So that is how Bharadwaji's ashram was. Everybody after doing this regular routine, they used to go to Bharadwaji's ashram. What did they do there? What was their routine after going into Bharadwaji's ashram? Taha hoi muni rishaya samaja, jahi je majjana tirth raja. Majjahi prata sameta uchaha, kahi paraspara hari gunagaha. Taking a dip in holy rivers, that definitely gives a lot of punya. But what it does is, it makes our mind to seek satsang. And wherever satsang we get, that punya is several times more. Both of them are important. One is going to a pilgrimage spot, but at the same time, mind should not get distracted by other things in that pilgrimage spot. So many unique items will be there. All the signature items will be there of that place. But if our mind can stay in satsang, nothing like it. So in Bharadwaji's ashram, after everybody gathered over there, they used to have study groups. And these study groups were so wonderful that some topic they would take, which seemed like a very, very mundane topic. But that is the beauty of asking such questions to Mahatmas. Whenever they used to gather there, all Rishi Munis, they used to take some topic from Vedanta. That Doha says, what was their topic? Brahma Nirupana Dharma Vidhi Baranahi Tattva Vibhaga. Sometimes they would take a topic about Brahma Lakshana. What is the nature of Brahman? On that, some deep discussion would go on. Sometimes it would be Dharma. How should we live our life? How can we be dharmic in our life? Some topics related to that. And some topics related to different darshanas. Tattva Vibhaga means that. Sankhya Darshana has these many tattvas from which this creation is made. So they would have some topics to discuss about that. But sometimes it would be Kahahi Bhagati Bhagavantake Sanjuta Jnana Viraga. Sometimes the topics would be those of Bhagwan's glory, which will give them a lot of joy and also increase their jnana and vairagya. And if we have had that good fortune to sit in some discussions like this, that joy is very different. When we sit with such Mahatmas, we should just be that fly on the wall. Quietly sit there and listen to what they're discussing. And I've heard, I should not say I have seen, I've heard great Mahatmas who are now in very, very renowned positions. They used to go to some other Mahatmas, sit at their feet, and then ask some simple shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Nirmamaha nirahankaraha. Oh teacher, tell me, what is the deeper meaning of nirmamaha and nirahankara? What does it mean, these two words? So then some discussion would go on, and some deeper points would come out. And this is another thing in our study of Vedanta or anything. Never should we feel that we have understood this subject thoroughly. Or we should not feel that we have come to an end of study in that particular subject. It could be anything, text like Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha. Every time we look at a word, if we have that eye to open up that word more and more, and if we have Bhagwan's grace, some Mahatma's grace, then that word will open up so many new things. which will help us in deepening our understanding. So like that, they used to do a lot of discussions. Now something happened one day. एही प्रकार भरी माग नहाही पुनि सब निज निज आश्रम जाही. Like this, every year they used to have this routine where after 1 month they used to stay in that one place and take a dip, then go to the temple, touch that Akshaya Vriksha, Akshaya Vata, and then go to Bharadwaji's ashram and then have this sabha. And after that 1 month, after having been richer in their understanding, they would go back to wherever they had come from. This is a sign of a discussion, that every time we discuss something with somebody, we should feel that I have understood this better now. Either by us expressing or by hearing from others. Either way, there should be some kind of contentment inside that this discussion made me understand something better. Pratisambata ati hohi ananda makara majji gava nahi muni branda. So like this, they used to take that dip and enjoy every year and then go back to their ashram. एक बार भरी मकर नहाये सब मुनि स आश्रमन सिधाये. Once something different happened. After everybody took that dip and then they went to Bharadwaji's ashram and everybody was ready to leave after that. जाग बलिक मुनि परम विवेकी भरद्वाज राखे पद टेकी. Bharadwaji caught hold of one rishi whose name was Yajnavalkya ji. Caught hold of him not by his hand, by his feet. He cannot even move. He says, Yajnavalkya ji, please stay back. So Yajnavalkya ji wondered, what happened? He says, you sit down. I will tell you what happened. Bharadwaji is telling Yajnavalkya ji. Sadara charana saroja pakare ati punita asana baithare. With lot of devotion, he did his puja. Kari puja muni sujasu bakhani bole ati punita mrudubani. First he washed his feet, made him sit in a very nice asan, and then he did his puja. He worshipped him. Means before he has a question to ask, this is his bhava towards Yajnavalkya ji. More symbolic of, he has that faith in Vedanta. The student approaching a teacher, how does he approach? More elaboration we find in Ramayana. Kari puja muni suja subakhani. He did his puja and he praised Yajnavalkya ji. He said that your glory is so well known and I am so grateful that you have come to my ashram over here. And bole ati punita mrudubani. With lot of humility, he said something. These are all pointers, how to ask a question and when to ask a question. And I've seen, once what happened, when Swamiji was there, and whenever they visit some place, when they're ready to leave, many people gather, before they are ready to leave, so that they can send them off from that place. And that Swamiji was there, I think, for 7 days or something. 7th day, the last hour when he's leaving, all his bags are packed, and he was doing some international travel. So all his big bags were there. They were packed and everybody is getting ready. One person comes and says, in Vedanta Sara, that deep sleep portion is explained, right? Who is the one who experiences deep sleep? Very good question, very deep question. But that Swamiji said, wrong time to ask this question. Because right now, everybody is in such a hurry, everybody is ready to leave. And then he's asking this question about deep sleep. Swamiji gave some answer, not that he dismissed him or anything. But if you don't ask it at the right time and in the right way, then we won't get a very satisfying answer. It would be either a short one or, an answer given very quickly, which will not remove our doubt. So Bharadwaji is showing here that he is not in any hurry. He says, I have a question and that I want to get clear answer. Nath eka samsau bada more. Yajnavalkya ji, I have made you sit over here, and what I want to share is one doubt that has been bothering me and pricking me since a very long time. But who are you? You are such a great Rishi, so much so that entire Veda Tattva is in your hand, is in your palm. Karagata Veda Tattva Sabutore. Entire essence of Vedas, clear knowledge is what you have. Kahato so mohi lagata bhaya laja. To even ask this doubt, I'm feeling a little shy and I'm also feeling a little afraid. I said, why are you feeling shy? I'm feeling shy because everybody thinks that I'm a great Mahatma. Everybody thinks I'm very knowledgeable. And now, if I ask you this question, you also might ask me that even now you don't know such a simple thing. That is why I'm feeling a little shy and I'm feeling afraid because you might feel that I'm doubting something which should not be doubted. Like his question is going to come now about who is Bhagwan Rama. So I'm a little afraid to ask you this question because you might say, you being a Rishi, you are doubting about who is Bhagwan Rama. That is why I'm feeling a little afraid and I'm also feeling shy. John kahu bada hoy akaja. But I also know that if I don't ask this question, then I will lose out on something very great. Because my purpose is to remove that doubt. My purpose is not to keep some opinion which people think about me. If I constantly live in that fear, then people might have a great opinion, but this question will keep bothering me. So this is another quality of Bharadwaji, where he says, all Santa Mahatmas, Santa kahahi asi niti Prabhu, Shruti Purana Muni Gava. All Santa Mahatmas have told this secret. And a lot of Shrutis and Puranas, they also tell this fact. Hoina Bimala Bibeka Ura Gurasana Kiye Durava. Means unless we open our heart in front of our teacher, our ignorance will not go and we will be very comfortably living with that ignorance. Gurasana Kiye Durav means that hiding something from our teacher. In terms of spiritual matter, some subject which has not been clear in our mind, but we feel hesitant to ask, either out of bhaya, out of fear, or out of this shyness that maybe this teacher can misunderstand my question, or somebody else might feel what kind of a question he's asking. He says, I'm not bothered about that. I want clear knowledge, and I know that you know the answer to this question, because this Veda Tattva is in your hand like a fruit. Let us sing after 45th Doha. अस विचारी प्रगटेउ निज मोहु, हरहु नाथ करि जन पर छोहु। राम नाम कर अमित प्रभावा, संत पुराण उपनिषद गावा। संतत जपत शंभु अविनाशी, शिव भगवान ज्ञान गुण राशि। आकर चारि जीव जग अहि, काशी मरत परम पद लहहि सोपि राम महिमा मुनिराया शिव उपदेशु करत करिदाया राम कवन प्रभु पूछहु तो ही कहिया बुझाई कृपा निधि मोहि एक राम अवधेश कुमारा तिन करि चरित विदित संसार नारी बिरह दुकुल हउ पारा भयउ रोषुरन रावनु मारा प्रभु सोई राम की अपर को जाहि जपत त्रिपुरारी सत्य धाम सर्वज्ञ तुम्हारा कहु विवेक विचारी सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय Having thought about all these points, O Yajnavalkya I am asking you my question. असबिचारी प्रगटऊ निज मोहु हरहु नाथ करी जन पर छोहु. Please shower your grace upon me. राम नाम कर अमित प्रभावा संत पुराण उपनिषद गावा. There are so many Upanishads, there are so many Puranas which sing the glory of name of Bhagwan Rama. There is Rama Uttara Tapani Upanishad and so many other minor Upanishads are there in which Ramanama mantra is praised. And so many Puranas talk about glory of the name of Bhagwan Rama. And not only Veda Purana, our Lord Shiva also meditates upon that name, keeps chanting the name of Bhagwan Rama. Santata Japata Sambhu Abhinasi Shiva Bhagavana Jnana Gunarasi. Bhagwan Shiva, who is the abode of all virtues and knowledge and everything, Bhagwan Shiva also takes Ramanama. आकर चारि जीव जग अहि कास्ति मरत परम पद लहहि. Any type of jiva, all types of jivas who are there, who give up their body in Kashi, it is said they get good destination because Lord Shiva gives this Ramanama mantra. So I've heard all of this. I've also heard that once Lord Shiva chanted Vishnu Sahasranama, all names of 1008 names of Lord Vishnu, and Parvati ji was somewhere inside, and he also told Parvati ji that you should also chant Vishnu Sahasranama, very very powerful, very beautiful stotram, you will also enjoy. Parvati ji said, if I keep chanting the whole thing, who will take care of Lord Ganesha? He wants all those modaks and he feels hungry so soon. I have so much work to do. I don't have time to chant entire thing. So then it is said Lord Shiva composed that one stotram, Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. That is the advice he gives to Parvati ji, that just meditating on one name, Rama, my mind can be absorbed in Bhagavan. That alone can bring the same auspiciousness which is there in all 1008 names. Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. So Bharadwaji says, I have heard the glory of the name of Bhagwan Rama. My doubt is about who is Bhagwan Rama. Ram Kavan Prabhu Puchahi Tohi. Who is Bhagwan Rama? He said, why are you having this doubt? I'm having this doubt because I see some contradictory things. Eka Ram Avadhesa Kumara. One Ramchandraji that I've heard of is the son of Dasharathji, Dasharath Maharaj. Tinakara Charita Bidita Samsara. And his Charitra, whatever things that he did on this earth are very well known. So Yajnavalkya must have asked, tell me what Charitra you know. He says, Nari Biraha Dukhu Lahehu Apara. That he wept so much when he was separated from Mother Sita. Okay, this is the Charitra, you didn't hear all other things that were there. No, this is what confuses me, he says. Other things are okay. Why did he cry so much when he got separated from Sita ji? It looks like he had so much attachment towards Sita ji. And not only that, Bhayamu Roshurana Ravanu Mara. And he got very angry with Ravana and he ended up having a battle and finishing Ravana. It's like these qualities are seen just like in any other jiva. Jivas also, get attached somewhere. And because of that attachment, anger also comes. Kamat krodho bijayate. I have studied in Bhagavad Gita. But the same Bhagwan's name, Lord Shiva also takes, and it is said, so much glory is there of the name of Bhagwan Rama. This is my confusion. Who is Bhagwan Rama? The top chaupai is Kahiya Bujai Krupa Nidhi Mohi. Means you please explain to me until I understand. Gradually take your own time, but clear my doubt about how can someone who is weeping and doing all those things just like any other jiva would do, how can that individual, as though appearing to be an individual, be Bhagwan Rama? Prabhu Soi Ram ki apar ko jahi japat tripurari. Is it the same Bhagwan Rama whom Lord Shiva, who is Tripurari, who is beyond all these three gunas, he meditates upon? Or is it somebody else? Am I mistaking the word Rama to be somebody else? I thought it is the same Rama, and Lord Shiva is meditating on somebody else. Can you please clarify this doubt? And who are you? Satya Dhama Sarvagya Tumha Kahahu Bibeku Bichari. This Satya, the truth, absolute truth, needs an abode to stay. And Yajnavalkya ji, I think that you are that abode for this Brahma Vidya to stay. You are that Satya Dhama, Sarvagya. Your knowledge is very, very clear about all aspects about Shastra. Sarvagya Tumha Kahahu Viveka Vichari. Oh, please tell me how I can develop this Viveka, clarity and knowledge. So this is the question of the student of the first Ghata. Okay, Bharadwaj's question is, who is this Rama? And as we saw earlier, devotional text question would be, who is Bhagwan? In Vedantic text, same question would be, Atma Kaha. Okay, what is the nature of Atman? Because you say, Atman is nirvikara, it doesn't undergo any change. But I see this jiva, which is having so many modifications. I also hear that Atman is asanga. But then I see these jiva. Why? Jiva means what? I see myself, right? Undergoing so many modifications. I also get angry. I also get attached. So how do I understand this? I see my perception is one, but what Vedanta is telling is something else. My understanding, what I get from looking at Lord Shiva, looking at all others who chant Ramanama. That is one thing. But what I am seeing with my physical eyes, that is one way of looking at Bhagwan Rama. So, O Yajnavalkya ji, please clarify this thing for me. And this same question is asked by all other students in other ghat. Okay, so Parvati ji and Shiv ji, that is another ghat. Parvati ji also has the same question. So that is where the story will lead now. Later on, we will see Kakabhushundi ji and Garud ji. There also the same question will come. Garud ji will ask Kakabhushundi ji the same question. So like this, beautiful pointers are going to come now about who is Bhagwan Rama. We'll do our Nama Sankirtanam. अगणित गुणगण भूषण रामा आश्रित वत्सल जय जय रामा अयोध्यवासी सीतारामा आपद बांधव जय जय रामा दशरथ नंदन श्री रामा दशमुख मर्दन जय जय रामा कौसल्या सुखवर्धन रामा कामित फलदा जय जय रामा पाप विमोचन श्री रामा पट्टाभिरामा जय जय रामा जानकी वल्लभ सीतारामा जय रघुरामा जय सीतारामा वानर सेवित श्री रामा वारिधि बंदन जय जय रामा हनुमत पूजित सीतारामा श्री राम जय जय रामा रघुपति राघव राजा रामा पतित पावना सीतारामा श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हरिओम।